That was an experience. That was some experience. Oh no. That's our Christmas tree. I know what you're thinking, but anyway, I'm heading downtown because we're gonna go and experiment with the stabilizer and I'm gonna show you a bit of downtown Canberra. Alright, so before we actually get into today's vlog, I just want to make you aware that the project that I'm starting isn't happening because there's a lot more planning involved than I initially thought. I'm gonna keep it going though. I'm gonna hopefully get it up and running next year at some point. But until that time, I'm reverting to Plan B, and Plan B is going to be Project Canberra. I'm gonna show you guys all of what Canberra is, and to be honest, Canberra is a very underrated city and it's the capital of Australia. It doesn't get a lot of attention and everybody pretty much skips it. The word of mouth that goes around about Canberra is that it's boring and there's nothing to do. Initially that's what I thought, but after digging and finding out what you can do, I want to show you just what you can do in Canberra. I've not got my stabilizer on at the moment because it's too big and bulky to be carrying around like this because it gets really heavy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right down into the centre of Canberra. We're going to try out the stabilizer so I can get some epic shots, and I'll talk to you a bit more about the story that I was telling you about when I was broke. I stay in a suburb called Dixon, and Dixon is basically where I am right now. I've just left the hostel, 5 minutes that way. And the awesome thing about Dixon is that, see if you just come to the end of this road here, the one right behind me, and you turn that way, you just need to walk straight down that road and you end up in the very centre of Canberra where everything happens. And the only downside to that is that it takes 40 to 50 minutes to walk there. So if you're not a keen walker, then you're going to have to spend money on the bus. For digital nomads, the awesome thing about Canberra is it has a city-wide free Wi-Fi. So you can hook up to the free Wi-Fi or the city Wi-Fi, and yeah, I haven't personally tried it, but I will try it and I'll let you know how good it is. But that's just one of the perks about staying here in Canberra. And when you're a digital nomad, I think most digital nomads prefer to have a working space where they can concentrate on their work and they're not distracted by the noise and hustle and bustle that goes on around them. Now, the great thing about Canberra is Canberra is quite a quiet place. The closer you get to the city centre, obviously the busier it gets. However, it's not that busy. So, you know, it's not like it's going to distract you from your work or anything like that. I'm pretty sure there's cafes and things like that around, but I still need to explore that. But that's what we will do eventually. Also, Canberra is creating its own metro as well. So they're putting in like train tracks, so I'm not too sure where the train track's going to allow you to go, but that's another promising thing as well. Looks like they're focusing on getting better quality transport within Canberra to attract more people to Canberra. Just trying to see if it tells you when it opens, but it doesn't. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that one. I'm totally new to this tour guide, city guide type thing, so yeah, let me know how you feel about my guiding skills. When I got into Sydney initially, I knew that I was low on money, but I didn't realise I was that low on money. But even just knowing that I was low on money, the second day that I was in Sydney, I made a point of printing out my CVs and going around all day handing out my CVs to cafes, restaurants, retail shops, you name it. And it wasn't any of those places that actually got back to me for a job. It was a random guy called Alex in the street who was fundraising. He came up to me and he started talking to me. he thought I was quite good with communicating and things like that. So he asked if I wanted a job on the second day in Sydney. So if it wasn't for me choosing to go out there and start hunting for jobs, like being proactive about it, you know, being responsible, and putting yourself out there and getting yourself into a good position financially, if it wasn't for that mindset, then I probably would have been on a plane home, because I would have ran out of money and I wouldn't have been able to go any further or do anything else. So yeah, I wouldn't have had money to get on a plane to go home, so the government would have shipped me out and fined me or something. So yeah, I think when you find yourself in a really crap situation like that, you have to make sure that you give yourself the positive mindset, or the winning mindset, because you know, you have to put yourself out there and you have to make it happen. Nobody else is going to do it for you. And the second thing that you need to do is blame yourself, because if you point fingers elsewhere and look for other things to blame, then you'll make the same mistake twice. So if you can blame yourself and learn from it and change and develop, then you won't do it twice. At the moment, I can upload a 15-minute vlog in under half an hour on the Wi-Fi. It's that good. 15-minute vlog in under half an hour. Wow. You've got to get used to the different states and territories in Australia. Coming from an island like Britain, it's a lot different. So basically, I had an Opal card. Then Opal card lets you get on the buses and the trains and lets you get on all sorts of transport. And I went to use my Opal card here in Canberra, and it doesn't work because it's a New South Wales Opal card. I should have known better. But Canberra isn't part of New South Wales, it is part of the Australian Capital Territory. Hiya, can I go for a chocolate milkshake?
Yeah, small, medium.
Just medium, fine. Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
No worries.
Cheers. Thanks. That's awesome, thank you very much. Cheers. Chocolate milkshake is my favourite. I had to get one. It was only $3, and plus I've not spent any money since I've been here because I don't pay for anything. So really good. We're almost there now, so it shouldn't be too long. Alright, so this is the centre of Canberra. This is like a huge roundabout, and in the centre there's a flag. From the flag you can see the Parliament buildings. So I think this is going to be a really good time to get out the stabiliser.
Ain't no gift like the present tense. Ain't no love like the whole romance. Got to make hay when the sun shining. Can't waste time when it comes time to dance. Slamming this door with a heavy hand. Signing this line like a deed to land. Keeping in touch with the windows down. Dreading this night as the rain hits the ground.
We are right in the centre of the capital of Australia, and I can't for the life of me figure out how to use this stabiliser. When I'm trying to get the shot, it keeps bloody wobbling and I can't get it to stay stable. It's quite annoying. This is quite a nice part. It's just a big huge roundabout and it's just full of trees. And nice seating areas that look out over Canberra. You just saw those two people sitting on the bench looking right down at the Parliament building. If the stabiliser would stop going away from me. Actually, you know what I think that stabiliser would be good for? Imagine sitting on a bus where it's really shaky, and a plane when it's really shaky, a train, even just standing and getting people walking and stuff like that. Those would be the types of places where you can just sit there and hold on to the stabiliser and it will absorb the vibrations of the vehicle that you're in, and that will produce the really steady shots. Until I figure out how to walk with it without it wobbling, I think that's going to be a really good place to get really steady shots from the stabilizer. I don't know if you can see that, but just look at how many spiders there are here. This is like the land of the spiders. Just check this out. Here's a Captain Cook memorial. Here we go. Ta-da! Something is going on around here, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I hear people talking.
Okay, we're going to have trios facing trios.
You ready to dance?
Say again?
You ready to dance?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Right, so these guys are actually inviting me up to dance, so we need to go and dance.
I think everyone's got their sets formed. I think you've got that. Now we get back, we're in our threes, facing threes. The centre person, the left, the right. Turn that person around. Now this is the bit that's going to be different. As you come back, so 3 people on the other. You're going to go, yep, you're going to form up.
Gotcha, mate. You look as though you know what's going on.
Right. I will, okay. So we've got 3 facing 3.
I've got you.
Confusing dance I've ever done in my
We're
life.
just going through that. We'll just add some. Right now. Now, as you go, that corner person's waiting. They need to move in ready to go into the reel of 3 across the side. Back round to his side. Right, pulls them back round. They did really well. I thought they did it well. Left, 2, 3, 4. Set to the left. Right person. Now that center person goes in the reel across the diagonal. Pull that trio back. Pass through. Pass through. Keep going. Left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Any trio with 2 people in it in the world around here. That's scar tissue again.
Turn up down here, go with the start. Up we go, left to the end. Pass through. Pass through. Should be in the reel down, in the reel across the corners. It's into 3 and down. Pass. Left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back, 2, 3, 4. Okay, center person, turn the person on your left, sit to them. Turn the person on the right, sit to them. Thank you.
What?
Okay, I'm out.
You alright? Okay, you got it?
Yeah. That was an experience. That was some experience. Oh, no. That was the most confusing dance I've ever done in my entire life. Everyone was so confused. That was the most weird dance I've ever done in my life. Apparently it's called the bush dance. There's meetups all around Canberra and it's all free. Wow. I'm definitely ending the vlog now. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, the world's at your feet. Go and explore, create some epic moments, and I'll see you in the next video. I need a drink. Nah, I'm joking.